Right now, you're living on a planet that has already ended. Not once. 5 times. Each time, something wiped out most of life on Earth, and each time, life came back different. This isn't science fiction. It's written into rock, bone, and ice, and it's happening again, right now, slower, but arguably no less real. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to walk through all 5 of Earth's mass extinctions, what caused them, what died, and what came after. Because if you want to understand what's coming, you have to understand what's already happened. Event 1, the first ending. A sudden, severe global cooling and glaciation event, likely triggered by a drop in atmospheric carbon dioxide, froze the planet and locked up sea levels. Some scientists connect that CO2 dropped to the rise of the very first land plants, which pulled carbon out of the air faster than the planet could adjust. This happened around 445 million years ago, near the end of the Ordovician period. At this point, virtually all life on Earth was still in the oceans. So when an estimated 85% of marine species died, that wasn't just a bad year for fish. That was close to a near-total wipeout of everything alive on the planet. What makes this one worth remembering is simple. It's proof that Earth's climate can flip catastrophically even without an asteroid. Sometimes life itself changes the atmosphere enough to end an era. Event 2, the slow suffocation. Not one single event this time, but a prolonged series of extinction pulses stretched over millions of years, likely driven by falling oxygen levels in the oceans, possibly worsened by the spread of early forests changing how nutrients washed into the sea. This unfolded between roughly 375 and 360 million years ago, in the late Devonian period. Roughly 75% of species vanished, and it hit reef-building organisms and early fish especially hard. Entire coral reef ecosystems collapsed, and they didn't fully recover for another 100 million years. This one matters because it shows extinction doesn't always look like a single dramatic disaster. Sometimes it's a slow-motion collapse, stretched across a span of time longer than most species will ever exist. Event 3, the Great Dying. This is the one. Massive volcanic eruptions in what is now Siberia poured out lava for possibly over 1 million years straight, releasing enormous amounts of carbon dioxide and methane into the atmosphere. That triggered runaway global warming, ocean acidification, and widespread oxygen loss across the seas. It happened around 252 million years ago, right at the boundary between the Permian and Triassic periods. And the numbers here are almost hard to process. An estimated 90 to 96% of all marine species were wiped out, along with roughly 70% of life on land. This is the single worst extinction in Earth's history. Life came closer to total collapse here than at any other point, including the extinction that would later kill the dinosaurs. Some scientists argue it took ecosystems 10 million years to even begin to recover. We're only halfway through the list. Now let's cover the extinction that cleared the way for dinosaurs to rule the planet, and the asteroid that ended their reign completely. Last time, we covered the 3 extinctions that came closest to erasing life on Earth entirely, including the Great Dying, the worst mass extinction in the planet's history. Now we get to the 2 events that shaped the world you actually recognize. Event 4, the extinction that cleared the way. Another major bout of volcanic activity, this time tied to the breakup of the supercontinent Pangaea, released huge volumes of greenhouse gases and triggered rapid climate swings and ocean acidification. This happened around 201 million years ago, at the end of the Triassic period. About 70 to 75% of species died out, including many of the large reptile groups that had been competing directly with early dinosaurs for dominance. This is arguably the most important extinction for us personally, even though almost nobody talks about it. By clearing out their main competitors, it opened the door for dinosaurs to become the dominant animals on Earth for the next 135 million years. Event 5, the day the dinosaurs died. You know this one. A roughly 10-kilometer-wide asteroid struck what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, triggering firestorms, tsunamis, and a debris cloud that blocked sunlight for months, possibly years, collapsing food chains across the entire planet. Ongoing volcanic activity in India, known as the Deccan Traps, may have already been stressing global ecosystems before the impact even happened. This occurred 66 million years ago, ending the Cretaceous period. About 75% of species went extinct, including every non-avian dinosaur. But small mammals, birds, and a handful of other groups survived. This is the extinction that directly made room for mammals, and eventually, us, to rise to dominance. So here's where that leaves us. 5 times, the world as it existed simply stopped. A frozen ocean. A slow suffocation. A volcanic hell that nearly ended everything. A supercontinent tearing itself apart. And a single rock from space. Each time, over 70% of life on Earth vanished, and each time, what survived rebuilt the world into something completely different. The pattern across all 5 is the same. Extinction isn't really an ending. It's a reset button. And many scientists argue we may already be living through the beginning of a 6th one, this time driven not by asteroids or volcanoes, but by us. If you want to understand where we might be headed next, subscribe now, because we're going to dig into that 6th extinction very soon. And if you learned something today, drop a comment and let us know which of these 5 surprised you the most. We read every one.